Even though fall is in full swing and temperatures are dropping, activity on Capitol Hill is picking up. While most of our legislative work at the American Sport Fishing Association tends to fly under the radar of the national news, this time we're right in the thick of it. By now you're probably aware that after many months of debate between the White House and Congress, the Senate and House, Republicans and Democrats, and progressive Democrats and moderate Democrats, both chambers of Congress have finally passed the bipartisan infrastructure bill known as the Infrastructure Investment and Jobs Act. This historic bill not only invests in traditional infrastructure like roads, bridges, and rails, it also addresses many of the sport fishing industry's top priorities. First and foremost is the reauthorization of the Sportfish Restoration and Boating Trust Fund, which combines the excise tax on fishing equipment with a motorboat and small engine fuel tax to fund state-based fisheries management and conservation projects throughout the country. This program is the lifeblood for state fish and wildlife agencies and must continually be reauthorized as part of the highway bill. We are grateful to the program's congressional champions, Senators Maria Cantwell and Roger Wicker, and Representatives Debbie Dingell and Garrett Graves, for ensuring this highly successful program will continue into the future. The infrastructure bill's other historic investments in conservation are almost too many to name, but I'll give a few more examples. $1 billion to improve fish passage at culverts, over $11 billion to restore mine lands that could harm local waters, $1 billion for the Great Lakes Restoration Initiative, $238 million for the Chesapeake Bay Program, and $172 million for the Pacific Coastal Salmon Recovery Fund. All in all, this is a huge win for our nation's fisheries that will provide benefits for years to come. Beyond the infrastructure bill, we're working on plenty more legislation that's not in the national news, but yet still extremely important to us. 3 bills were recently introduced that address ASA priorities, including the REEF Act, which will increase opportunities for retired naval vessels to be considered for artificial reefs, the Forage Fish Conservation Act, which will improve management of the smaller fish in the ocean that feed sport fish, and the Stop Spread of Invasive Mussels Act, which will help address the growing spread of aquatic invasive species. Be sure to check out keepamericafishing.org for information on these and other issues and how you can help.